right. Hey. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're back. New episode right now. This is the Leal Legacy.
Who's the leader of the pack, bringing legacy to you? Legacy, it's true. Stand up, gear up, join the fight. We're as fierce as we can be. With grit and might, we claim the night. We're the Legacy. Legacy Club. Legacy Club. Strong and unbreakable. Warriors with fire inside. In our hearts, we're invincible. Legacy Club.
Pancakes. I have become a pancake master. I might be the best pancake chef on the planet. And my children, as a result, are very spoiled when it comes to breakfast. That's what I'm doing right now. Today's pancakes. Maybe I should do like a daily pancake thing. Something to consider. Today's pancakes are like caramel apple. Spooky season, right? It's spooky season, but not everything can nor should be pumpkin. I kind of dug in deep on that idea and concept not long ago, a couple episodes ago. I think it was called Flirting with Fall. It's a really good song that came out with that too. So do I give out my tricks? For this one I won't. Maybe we should do a cooking show that's strictly pancakes. What do we call it? I like a little bit. I like alliteration. So, there's Mav. He hears me talking, so he presumes I'm on the phone, and he is incapable of not making his presence known when he believes someone's on the phone. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I like alliteration. So, it's got to start with a P. Pancakes. I don't know. It's going to take some thought. But okay, today's pancakes. Caramel apple. Basic. Usually I use like a protein pancake mix. What is it? Kodiak. That's a really good one. Not a sponsor yet. But we ran out. So I'm using just like a base level generic pancake mix. The key here to getting like a really killer flavor and even some texture to your pancakes is to add a packet of instant oatmeal. That's right. It's a breakfast combo concoction. It's playing Dr. Frankenstein with breakfast. So I take an instant oatmeal packet. Today's was apple cinnamon. Mix it in with just the flavorless base level pancake mix. And voila, you have something new. You have something unique. And to step it over the line into caramel apple pancakes, well, I just use some of the Hershey's caramel topping. And I do a little like spiral in the middle. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Hypno glasses kind of spiral. It adds to the spooky element, but it's also, I mean, how else would you do it? You like just dollop? You can't just dollop. Oh, my kids are throwing things down the stairs. That's where we are today. I wonder if you could hear that. Probably, but such is life. This is partly why there's been a gap in episodes. Oh, there's Mav. Yeah, Mav, what's up? I'm not on the phone, baby. I'm not talking to anybody. Nope, not on the phone. See? Yeah. No, I'm making your pancakes. I'm not on the phone. I'm using the phone, but I'm not talking to anybody except 12 million people who listen to this podcast. All right, I've been caught, so that means this portion is coming to a close. What was I saying? Yeah, so there you go. There you have it. Try it out. Try that recipe. Try that pancake recipe out. Let me know how it goes. Instant oatmeal packets. Basic base level pancake mix. I'm starting to wonder what's going to be the winter flavor. Not sure. I'm thinking something like banana bread, gingerbread, obviously gingerbread, hot cocoa, pancakes with marshmallows in it. You know what? I'm going to be just fine. I've got ideas. I got pancake ideas. 4 days. These are done. Scooping them up. Oh, and I use one of those electric kind of foldable griddle things. Don't even use the stovetop. It's too risky. Especially mine. My burners are real finicky, real uneven. So I know I said I was going to end this section, but Maverick started leaving me alone. So we'll just keep going. We'll just keep it flowing for a minute. We got to think of the name though. Pancake. I don't know. I need help. Papa pancake pop. I don't know. But this is gonna be an ongoing thing. I'm gonna keep updating my new pancake concoctions. My pancake post pit per. I don't know if there is another. Oh, now he's banging on the gate. Okay. Anyway, until the next section. So this is 1 week later. I don't care. I don't want to talk about pancakes right now. I just don't. It's irrelevant at this point. Man, oh man, have I fallen off the flow. It happens. And I forgive myself. Hopefully you forgive me too. But it was a wild time. And I always say that. And is it an excuse? Maybe. However, it's real as well. It was crazy. I don't even know what I talked about in the first little part. I remember I was making pancakes for my children, and they required my focus, so it ended. and then time just got away. Yep, that's what happened. And yeah, it just gets easy not to do. It gets easy not to do. I refuse. Not really like intentionally refuse, but I clearly have a what am I trying to say? My discipline. It wavers. It just gets easier to put things off. And it is what it is. I recognize it. And it's something I recognize. Anyway, it's been a fall, a beginning of fall, at least. I had a friend pop into town last minute. I don't know if I said this earlier. I might have. If I did, I could scrap those first 6 minutes that I recorded. But no, I'm not going to do that. Had a friend pop into town, Jesse Burns of the Burns Brothers. Hip-hop, I almost said hip-nop. Hip-hop phenomenon. Hip-nop is like hypno hip-nop. Hypno hip-hop. There's something there. There's something there to hypno hip-nop. Man, am I going to have to call this one? I was going to call this episode, I do remember I was trying to figure that out. Pancake Prodigy. But I think Hypno HipHop is way better. Yeah. So my buddy Jesse Burns popped in the town for a music event. And it was good to see him. We've been buddies for 20 years. And that's wild to think about. Wild to say. Growing up, when you're a child and your grandparents or parents or somebody, someone, one of your elders makes a statement or says something about I've known so-and-so for 20 years. And you're like, what? You can't fathom that. You can't fathom 20 years of life when you're 8. It's just so bizarre. Even when you're 20. Even when you're in 20s, you're like, I've known this person for 20 years. It doesn't quite register how that happens. So 20 years ago, 2005, I met Jesse working at Whole Foods in San Diego. So I was an adult already. I was 19. So yeah, legally an adult. But yeah, I had a job, working, getting ready to go to college. So it's wild. It's wild to think that just in my adult life, I've had 20 years to know somebody. It's crazy. It's very cool. It was good seeing him. It was a short trip, but that week I didn't record a podcast because, I was focused on friend time. And then the following week, I think I just got, the following week, maybe, no, I don't know. I think maybe I got lazy. I don't know. Stuff happens. I've been tired after work. I think I would. Yeah, there was a week where I was rolling a little more while coaching. So when I got home, and then my kids, they go through these stints of refusing to go to bed before 2 a.m. And then once they fall asleep, or I end up falling asleep with them, trying to get them to sleep. It's just a whole cycle of things. And I think about it's 2 a.m. Do I really, really, truly want to record for an hour? I guess they don't always have to be an hour of recording. I burped a little bit. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It doesn't always have to be an hour, but it bothers me if it's not a full hour. So I don't know. If you listen to this podcast, if you're somebody who comes back and listens regularly, sometimes these things happen. But you know what? Don't be podcast dependent necessarily when it comes to Leal Legacy. Don't necessarily be podcast dependent. Go to our website. Go to the website, and there's always
something happening. That's another thing too. I've really been trying to burn through video editing for our vlog channel and our POV channel. Like, it's yeah, I got a whole backlog of stuff that I'm really trying to get through. I'm really trying to get through, like, just everything. But, you know, it's not bad having too much content available, you know what I mean? Too much footage and other things to do stuff with. But if I'm being honest, yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm a little overwhelmed by how much I have and how much I have to get through, you know? It's, again, not a bad problem to have. I'd rather have too much than too little, you know what I mean? But trying to do it all myself, I'm one man, and my physical limitations do not live up to my vision. You know what I mean? It's getting there though. It's all getting there. Speaking of which, Leal, I gotta remember to do these things kind of at the top of the episode. Maybe I should have mentioned it earlier. But yeah, leallegacy.com. Go there, check out everything going on. Actually, I'm multitasking right now, and I'm adding things to our web store as I record this. So I'm doing that thing where I'm trying really, really hard not to get too distracted to speak. And you know what? I think it's a skill. I think it's a skill to where I'm able to podcast alone, just stream of consciousness, speak to no one, into the void, and work at the computer. You know? It's my mutant power. It's a terrible mutant power. Like, I wouldn't be able to save the world with it, or can I? Hypno HipHop. Hypno HipHop. A big thing is we have a lot of, so last year in 2024, the wife and I got wild. And we went to Disney 3 times last year. And every time we go to Disney, we compile footage for vlogs, and again, the Leal Legacy View POV channel. And it's just a whole bunch of, you know, every time I come back with just a unreasonable amount of footage to do stuff with. And it's because I just kind of like, I have my camera running the whole time. You know, just walking through the park, on the rides, and doing the stuff, like capturing family memories. So having done that 3 times last year, before I was able to even get anything edited, we were already back at the parks. So there's a lot I'm going through. So if you're paying attention over at the Legacy of Leal channel, our family vlog channel, you're gonna see my kids like at different ages. Like, you know what I mean? It's only a year difference, but a year is pretty significant when it comes to, like, especially my 2 youngest. Some videos will have like long shaggy hair before we decided to cut it, and then they'll have like shorter hair in some, and it's very flip-floppy, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And then this year, recently, the latest videos that have gone up both on our vlog channel and the POV channel have been we went to the pumpkin patch. We went to the pumpkin patch last week, and I was really determined to get that edited right away and posted, and, you know, timely to coincide with the season, because you can't release a pumpkin patch video like in February. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to watch that. So I'm really trying to stay on top of that. And to stay on top of that is challenging, because I'm working on backlog stuff, and then I'm trying to do current things. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. My wife's birthday is this coming weekend, and we're going back. We're going back down to Disney. She wants to do the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party for her birthday. We haven't been to Disney this year, so we're like, you know what, let's just do it. Let's go. And so before we go and I come back with yet a whole nother stockpile of footage, I want to try to burn through some of what we had. I have footage from last year this time that I hadn't posted yet. So it's wild. And then the times we went to Disney last year, one was during Halloween time and the other was Christmas. And, you know, they're very seasonally themed, obviously, especially for Halloween and Christmas. Like, very much. Like, you can go to Disney during Easter and, like, you know, there's not going to be an overabundance of Easter decor or anything like that. So it's not going to be as, like, aggressively mis-seasoned if I don't happen to do anything with the footage until June. You know what I mean? But if you go during Christmas, you can't release footage that you shot in June, or you can't release footage you shot in December in June. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see Christmas trees in the summer. So anyway, I'm just venting. But yeah, we're going to Disney this coming weekend, and I have ideas. Of like recording while we're at the park, just like short little snippets on my phone, kind of this like Frankenstein-y, gorilla on the go kind of podcasty thing that I've been somewhat consistently doing recently. So we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, if we're standing in line and I feel inspired to just say stuff, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty determined to do that. But I wanted to make sure, like right now it's 1:16 a.m. and I didn't want to do this. But I had to. I have to exercise that discipline if this is something that I want to be a thing, you know? So, yeah. Again, are they excuses? I don't know, maybe, kind of, but at the same time, it's just the reality of life, man. It's just the reality of life of being a dad, raising 4 boys in our house, working, and I don't know, man. I homeschool my kids. It's very, there's a lot of things in life that demand my attention, and the balancing, juggling act of it all is, at this moment in time, a challenge. Like Bane, Bane's at the age where he's very self-sufficient, you know what I mean? Like, he does his thing. If I'm like, hey man, I gotta record something, he's like, okay, cool. And he'll go and, you know, do whatever. Watch TV, play video games, do his thing, hang out with his brothers. I don't know, do his thing. But my youngest need constant supervision, 2 and 4. And it's not just 2 and 4. It's the fact that they're maniacs, and they're absolute maniacs. Like, something I've never experienced as a father. I don't know how many kids are as menacing and mischievous as my offspring are. So then that takes a lot of attention and time. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm doing my best. That's what it is. I'm doing my best. So anyhow, expect Patronum. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. Before I started venturing off in my excuses rant, I was going to say, go to our website, leallegacy.com, and just check out everything we got going, man. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. And I think it's entertaining. You know what I mean? The way I approach like our vlogs, our family vlogs, is I don't do the standard vloggy person thing. You know what I mean? My wife and I, we watch a lot of Disney vloggers, and everyone we watch is very like on screen, talking to the camera. A lot of them are like informative, and they're showing the new snacks around the parks and the updates and the new merch and all these things. And they're like, hello, and here's another episode of blah blah blah, and today we're doing this. And blah, blah. No, I don't know. I'm not a very performative person, I guess, when it comes to doing our vlog stuff. It's very, it's a much more like documentary kind of like day in the life approach, I guess, where it's more capturing true life in the moment as, I don't know, pretentious isn't the word, but you know, I know how that sounds. I know how like hipstery, artsy fartsy that might kind of sound. Catching real life, capturing real moments and sharing them. It just is what it is, man. I have my little DJI handheld Pocket 3 camera, and you know, I just capture our life as we live it. You know what I mean? It's not intrusive. It's not performative. There's no performative nature. There's no like multi takes. I'm not trying to do anything other than, I don't know. I find our life entertaining, and why not share it? And a lot of it's just like documenting. You know what I mean? A lot of it's just documenting for when my kids are older. They have this whole library of moments in our family's life that they can go back to and be like, oh yeah, and relive the memories and blah blah blah. And I don't know. It's just kind of how I see. You know what I really like? I like the UFC embedded series they do. Like when they're leading up to a big pay-per-view fight, the week leading up, they'll have just that. They'll do that. They'll follow fighters around and just kind of document the process and document the everything that's going on. For whatever reason, my computer started putting what I'm saying into text, and I don't know how that happened. But yeah, the embedded series, that's kind of how I like to shoot and edit our vlogs. You know what I mean? Probably not. It makes sense in my head though. It makes sense in my head. So this Disney trip, we're leaving the day after tomorrow. Well, it's actually 1 a.m., so we're actually leaving tomorrow. In 2 sleeps. That's the best way to gauge time. In 2 sleeps is when we're going. And we're doing the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party one night. And then we're doing, I gotta clear my throat a lot. Should I have some water? I have some water. Hold on. Yeah. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Oh, and then like, that was another thing too. I had that cold at some point that like, whenever I have a cold, it moves to my lungs and I just have a cough. And recording when I have a cough just is never, it bugs me. So anyway, so we're doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party one night, which is, if you don't know how the Halloween parties work down in Magic Kingdom, it's from like 7 to midnight, but they lit, and it's a separate thing. It's a separate thing than visiting the park during the day. So if you're visiting the park during the day on one of the nights that has a holiday party, be it a Halloween party or a Christmas, like a holiday party, the park closes to the day guests early, and then the party guests it's like a limited number of tickets available, and they sell out pretty quick, and it's like fewer people at the park, so there's less lines for the rides, and they do special parades and fireworks and like exclusive snacks and stuff that are specific to the party that aren't available during the day to the daytime guests, and so whatever. So, but since it starts at 7, and people in the park, if you're a day guest, they usher you out of the park around like 6 or so, and then the party starts at 7. But if you're a party attendee, then you can enter the park at 4 p.m. So you're there from 4 to midnight for any one of these holiday, events. And you know us. Maybe you don't. But we're the kind of Disney family that likes to go from like open rope drop to close. So it kind of feels like you're getting the short end of the stick because you're not getting that open to close experience. But and it goes for the day guests too, because if you're a day guest on a party night, like you're not getting an open to close experience either. So, it's kind of, I don't know. It's like choose your own adventure kind of thing. So it's like a shorter day at the park than we conventionally would do. But it's worth it because, again, the tickets for these holiday parties are limited, and there's like a fraction of the people at the parks that would normally be there. So you're able to get on the rides easier and whatnot, and it's fun. It's a good time. We've only ever done it as a family one other time, like 6 years ago. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. I have this like little twinge in my soul of, oh, we're getting a shorter day. We're getting less time at the park, which kind of feels like on paper less fun, but the unique experience of it all. You get to trick or treat. We're gonna get to trick or treat through the park, so that's exciting. Maverick is super hyped. We're wearing costumes as well because we go all out, man. We go all out. Our costume themes for the not so scary Halloween party are attraction based. We each are wearing a costume based on an attraction. Bane is going, he's Tron. My wife is doing Haunted Mansion. Maverick is doing Country Bears. And then Rhodes is doing Small World. I didn't make a move quick enough to choose my own costume. So my wife chose my costume. And my attraction, my costume is based on the Enchanted Tiki Room, which, hey, you know what? Rad. I love the Tiki Room. I love the Enchanted Tiki Room. It's one of my favorite things to do, like shows to see, experiences. But we don't always get to do it because Rhodes and Maverick have been, at their age now, they've been pretty intolerant of shows. We've tried to see shows. We tried to see the Lion King show the last time we were at Animal Kingdom. Didn't fly. Both Maverick and Rhodes, they didn't want to sit and watch. They wanted to run around. So that's not something you can't do that. So we've missed out. We've missed out on some of the more like sit and watch attractions. Like we haven't done Carousel of Progress in a hot minute. We haven't done Enchanted Tiki Room in a hot minute. I think that's about it though. Those are pretty much, at least the Magic Kingdom. Oh, we tried to do the Frozen show at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That didn't fly, which is kind of a bummer too, because Maverick loves Frozen. So he really probably would have enjoyed the show, but the whole sitting still thing is just like not in his wheelhouse right now, or at the times we were at the parks last time, our last trips, he just wasn't in show mode. I think he may now be a bit more into it, but who knows? I don't think we're gonna try. I don't think we're gonna try to see any shows this time. I'd like to go see Tiki Room, but who knows? But yeah, I'm a parrot. My costume is a parrot. So cool, right? I think so. It's very, very colorful. It's not something that I would have conventionally chosen for myself, but my wife is super psyched about it. And if she's psyched, I'm psyched because, happy wife, happy life. I don't dislike the costume choice or, I have any qualms with it, but it's definitely not one I would have chosen for myself. I don't know what Ryland's doing. I don't know what he's being. Jungle Cruise was a thought that I had. Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Haunted Mansion. Those are all ones that I had in mind that would have been good ideas. Cool costumes that could have come from those, but didn't make my move fast enough. So my wife bought my costume before I could. So yeah, anyhow, that's going to be cool. I'm excited about the videos that ultimately will result from this trip, from Mickey's Not So Scary. And again, since it is it's not even just like we're at the park during the Halloween season, so it's not like there will be pumpkin decor and fall decor. Like, this is a straight up Halloween event, so I need to really be dedicated to getting this edited and posted like as soon as we get back, or wait until next year to post it. And I just don't want to do that. That's just me sitting on more footage and adding to this overly compiled backlog that I already have. So anyhow, so yeah, one day is that, and then another day is going to be us doing like Disney Springs and going to the various like resorts around the Disney bubble. Kind of like the one we did. We have a video up now from our Christmas trip where we went and we saw the gingerbread houses at the various resorts and had like Christmassy treats and did the snow at Disney Springs. And so that's up. So when Christmas comes around, which is actually much closer than I feel like we realize, check that out. Check that one out. And then I have more from that Christmas trip that, I'll be working on during that time frame, that season. So yeah, but anyway, that would have another Disney Springs resort hoppy day. And then we have a full day. We have a full Epcot day, because you know what? I think we're Epcot people. I'm definitely an Epcot person. When it comes to Disney World parks, I'm an Epcot guy. Magic Kingdom's cool. I like Magic Kingdom. There's what's not to love. You know what I mean? But having grown up going to Disneyland, Magic Kingdom is just not Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like, it's the Disney World version of Disneyland, but it's just not Disneyland. So that makes Magic Kingdom my second favorite of the 4 Disney World parks. Epcot is just awesome. If I had to pick one Disney World park to visit without hesitation or question, it would be, it's always going to be Epcot without fail. I'm doing that thing now. I'm doing that thing where I'm trying to talk and simultaneously line up an image I'm adding mugs. I'm adding coffee mugs or tea. I'm adding mugs to our web store right now. featuring our Disney icon designs. So the park icons from each park. We have I did neo-traditional tribute, like neo-traditional tattoo tribute designs to each of the icons. So the Spaceship Earth, Cinderella's Castle, the Tree of Life from Animal Kingdom, and the Hollywood Tower Hotel from Disney's Hollywood Studios. Man, this is not, there we go. Now it's lined up. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Sorry. This must be incredibly fun to listen to. Yeah, so check those out. Have you seen those yet? Have you seen our whole neo-traditional Disney tribute collection line? I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's one of my favorites, hands down. Oh, I changed the size. Man, getting things lined up for a mug is far more tedious than I thought it was going to be. These designs translated to shirts very well, and I felt like they would translate to mugs just as well, and I think they do. It's just a matter of getting them lined up just right. I think I just did. Sweet. Anyway, I'm kind of running out of steam, I think. What time is it? 1:36 a.m. Yikes. Anyhow, yeah. So scope those out. If you are yourself a Disney fan, or you happen to know a Disney fan, then point them in our direction. LealLegacy.com. Hit our shop tab. They're all there, ready and available for you to wear and now to drink out of, which I think is pretty cool. I'm a big coffee drinker and a big tea drinker too. So this was kind of a no-brainer to get added to our store. Whoa, that was a very bright light that shot through my window just now. Yeah, there we go. What else do I have to say? Yeah, so we're going to be there from the 15th to the 20th. And we'll see what fun things I'm able to compile while we're down there. Bingo. And that's a big part of why I definitely didn't want to avoid recording tonight, because who knows? I have every intention on releasing another episode next week, but given that we're going to be down in Disney, it's going to be a challenge to execute that dream the way I want to. So, yeah, what are you guys up to? What are you doing? How's your life going? Good? I hope it's going good. What are you going to be for Halloween? My wife asked, she's like, all right, we have our Disney costumes picked, so what are we actually going to wear on Halloween? And I'm like, what? In my mind, I'm just like, well, can't we just do the same thing? I'm happy to wear the same costume on Halloween that we're wearing to Mickey's Not So Scary. But, that's not, we do holidays. We go hard on holidays. We go hard on holidays and we go hard on Disney trips. So we don't cut corners. Which I do love. I do love that very much. I very much married the right person. But at the same time, it's like, man, just a lot. It's a lot on our plate. Not complaining. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to do. Hypno HipHop. What happened? What happened in life? What else happened in life since the last episode I released? Did I mention I broke a toe? I broke my pinky toe on my left foot during Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know if I had mentioned that on a previous episode, or if that happened on this episode gap that happened. Come thinking about it, I don't think I had recorded an episode since doing that. Yeah, I broke my pinky toe. I was rolling with a dude, and it was going well. I was doing pretty well. This person was bigger and stronger than I am. So, it required quite a bit of effort on my part. And somewhere in the mix, it was during gi. So we were wearing our gis. The gi, for those of you unfamiliar with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or, I don't know, any various other martial arts, the gi is that, traditional karate pajama looking ensemble with the belt and everything. So it was that. We were going, I took a step, I heard a crack, and I felt it. I felt the crack in my toe, and I was like, oh, that was bad. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt in the moment. I think because I was riding high. I was riding high with my adrenaline, so when it happened, I definitely heard the crack, felt the snap, but I wasn't crippled by any sort of pain, which, there's something to that. Oh, and my wife had surgery too. That also happened. Did I talk about that? Have I recorded since she had her surgery? Hang on, I'm lining up a design again. I gotta make sure it matches, because these mugs have the same design on two different sides, and these certain designs don't quite line up with like the little center marker, the horizontal center marker that they provide to make sure everything is in line. So I'm having to just kind of eyeball it. It's like that moment in Captain America Civil War where Tony Stark's suit is all banged up and beat up, and his targeting system is not functioning properly, and he's like, screw it, I'm gonna eyeball it. That's how I feel. I feel like Iron Man in a beat up suit right now, having to eyeball things. And you know what? I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm doing pretty well at it. Man, these are cool. These look awesome. Even if you don't buy one, even if you have no intention of buying one, just go check out our store and just look at them. Just look at them and appreciate what I've created here. I burped again. Why do I burp so much when I'm speaking? Am I swallowing that much air when I speak? That's weird. So yeah, I broke a toe, and then this definitely happened in between episodes. We had our promotion ceremony over at Nashville MMA for all the Jiu-Jitsu practitioners. And I was hyped up for it. The whole week leading up to the belt ceremony, I was like, okay, is this it? Is this, because I've been training pretty hard as of late. Ever since I started coaching, I've really been adamant and disciplined. I've been disciplined in my training. So I had expectation is not the correct word. I wasn't expecting a promotion, but I most definitely hoped for it. I had the idea of like, maybe I'll get my blue belt. Like maybe this is the time. I feel like I feel like it, not to say I felt deserving of a promotion. I just felt like it could have been a possibility. So during these belt promotion situations, it's, they'll put you to the test. You know what I mean? They'll select certain people to go, and like they'll put them out on the mat, and like everybody shows up. Everybody who trains, not everybody, but like everybody who takes it seriously, everybody who's like dedicated to their jiu-jitsu will show up, and certain people who are definitely in the running for promotion will be selected and put out on the mat, and then everybody else there will systematically jump in and roll with whoever's being tested. So the person being tested has no breaks. It's just a constant onslaught of having to fight people. And I was prepared for it. But you know what I wasn't prepared for? So not only is it a belt and promotion ceremony for the adults, but also for the kids. And being one of the kids' coaches, my attention and my responsibility was dedicated to the kids and their promotions and stuff like that. So I didn't even get to participate. I wasn't somebody being tested for the next belt, and I wasn't one of the people there available to help test the people who were up for promotion. So I was just solely devoted to being there for the kid students, which makes sense. Totally makes sense. Now, was I like, when the reality didn't hit me until I got to the gym, and I'm like, oh, because it happened simultaneously. Like we were running the kids through some drills and, getting them ready for the belt ceremony simultaneously as the adults were testing. So, I was on the mats with the kids, not the adults, and I was like, oh, okay. So I don't have that same conventional avenue, since I am a coach, to where I'm out there with the adults being tested and testing. My presence is demanded elsewhere. So I was like, oh, it was a little deflating. Even if I wasn't promoted that day, being able to take part in the testing process with the adults, like, would have been cool. You know what I mean? Like, if I was just one of the bodies being cycled in to beat up the person being tested, that would have been cool. But that just didn't play out that way. And I don't think it'll play out that way next time either. So I'm in a precarious, you know the word I'm trying to say. I'm in a unique situation. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. It wasn't a bummer per se. Like after the belt ceremony came and went, and like the following Monday I showed up to the gym, to coach classes, and one of my coaches, Sugar Sean Allen, he was like, hey, you got the blue belt blues? Because I didn't get promoted. I'm still a 3-stripe white belt. And I was like, no, I'm not blue about it. I'm not blue about not getting my blue belt. Just is what it is, you know what I mean? There's no shame in it. I'm still just as good or bad as I was leading up to promotion day. So it's just like a get them next time sort of thing. And you know what? It's like an ego killer too. You know what I mean? Because if you walk in there and you're like, yeah, I deserve this or blah, blah, blah. And then it doesn't happen. Then I can see how that's super deflating and it would inspire people not to come back. But that's not me. You know what I mean? I know my skill level. I know where I stand. I know who I can roll with, what ranks I'm comfortable with rolling with. And nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. You know what I mean? I'm still the same visually ranked as I was leading up to that day. I feel like I'm not disappointed with where I'm at in my skill level. You know what I mean? Like they definitely see that I'm at the very least skilled enough to introduce kids to jiu-jitsu and to like train them in these early years before they hopefully continue on into adulthood and their quest for their black belt. So did any of that make sense? That being said, though I wasn't promoted that day, I did get a somewhat boost in, my jiu-jitsu journey because I've been trusted to fill in for Coach Sean in leading a couple of his fundamental classes. You know what I mean? So like if he was, there have been two occasions, and I don't think I've talked about this. I don't think I've recorded an episode since this happened either. There have been two occasions, very recently where Sean wasn't able to, he just wasn't available for a couple classes. Like he had, external life responsibilities to attend to. And he asked me, he could have asked anybody, you know what I mean? He could have asked any of the blue belts. He could have asked any of the purple belts, brown belts, other black belts. He could have asked anybody to lead the classes he was unavailable for. And he asked me to do it. He entrusted that I could lead an adult fundamentals jiu-jitsu class. And psychologically, emotionally, mentally, that felt like ranking up within itself. You know what I mean? Because if I was like complete dog dookie at doing this, I definitely wouldn't have even been a consideration. You know what I mean? To help to lead an adult class, And one of the adult classes that I got to lead had blue belts in it. Now I'm not like I'm not introducing techniques or anything in those classes. Like I'm just running drills and things that people in the class should already know, but I'm at a level to where I can oversee what they're doing. I can give like educated and experienced input and help like correct things that may need some guidance. You know what I mean? So that's a solid consolation. I may not have the next belt, but I definitely feel like I've progressed and I've stepped up in my journey, in my jiu-jitsu journey to where, I don't know, I have a new level of capability. So whenever he's not able to make it to coaching a adult fundamentals class, like I've got two under my belt. You know what I mean? They both went well. I have two coaches. Well, I mean, there's a number. Like anybody who has a black belt is like by default somebody like they're seen as a coach at the gym. And the two guys I train directly under are Sean and BT. In the first adult class that I got to lead, BT was there, so he could have easily stepped in and led the class, but he was at the gym. I don't know, man. He as well, I guess, had enough faith in me and my skill level to where he trusted that, I was able to, get the job done. So that's cool. That was cool. And like I said, that within itself definitely felt like a promotion in a way. So anyhow, bunch of rambling. Yeah. But that might be it right now. That might be it. It's almost 2 a.m. How much time have I done? Oh yeah, look at that. That was almost an hour in itself. Mix that with a little tidbit that I recorded the other day. Solid episode. Solid episode, I'd say. So yeah, stay tuned for, whatever's coming in the next few days on our Disney trip. I've considered going live on our various YouTube channels while at the park. So there might be some live videos going up. Ooh, you know what? Saying that, I should probably make a tab on the website for live content specifically. So I could be like leallegacy.com/live and check out what we're doing right now at Disney. So yeah, so be around. Make checking leallegacy.com part of your daily routine. You know what I mean? If you're at work, on your lunch break or whatever, just hop on your phone, leallegacy.com, see what we got going on, see what new content we've released that day. Go venture through our store, see what new products have been added to the store, because, I get those wild hairs like I have right now to where I just decide to add a whole bunch of new things. Like I'm going through everything right now, and anything that can be made into a mug, I'm making into a mug. And I'm pretty content and I'm pretty happy with how they're turning out right now. And it's mug season. The cooler months, the burr months, September, October, November, December, January. It's upon us, guys. It's upon us. So grab your coffee, your tea, your cocoa mugs. Remember me in this, as we enter into the colder months, and get a cocoa mug. A little bit of that cough still. It's not gurgly though. All the gunk in my chest is gone. It's just my normal asthma cough. Oh, I just discovered too that there's like an over-the-counter inhaler for like quick asthma relief. I gotta look more into that. Because I'm not a doctor guy. You know what I mean, guys? I'm not a doctor guy. I don't like going to the doctor. And where I've been obtaining my inhaler prescription recently, you got to go, like, I don't know, man. You have to go and have a doctor visit. And it's like, look, I'm just here to get a refill on my inhaler. Like, there's no testing or anything that you're going to discover anything new. I'm not breathing any better or worse, but because I train martial arts, I need an inhaler at the ready. And I wish there was like an option to have a just infinite refill option for something like an inhaler. Like, I'm not going for painkillers or antibiotics or anything. It's just like, it's an inhaler, man. And when you got asthma, it's just part of, it's just a part of your tool belt. You know what I mean? Like my bat belt, it's one of the gadgets that I need to have available at all times, especially when I'm being choked or smothered in class. There's nothing worse. Because my asthma gets triggered mostly by allergies, but also from time to time, like physical exertion, especially if I'm coming off a cold or something like that. That physical exertion triggers my asthma, and it's just rough. And there's no worse feeling as an asthmatic than having a significantly bigger training partner laying on top of you and crushing your lungs. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to breathe in that situation. But then when you're having kind of like an asthma flare simultaneously, oh, dude, there's just no hope of catching any sort of like ounce of oxygen. But this episode went quick. I was able to get things done while running my mouth. So it's moments like this where it's like, oh, I can do this. I just got to be more disciplined about it. As long as I'm disciplined about it, I should be able to get at least a weekly episode done. And sometimes it just feels daunting. Sometimes in these wee hours of the late night or the early morning, depending on how you want to look at it, it just doesn't. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. But if this is something that I want to be something, I gotta have the discipline to just do it. You know what I mean? And it's moments like this where I'm like, oh, it's doable. Because I can work for another 30 minutes, get to bed at 2:30-ish. Not bad, not terrible. I'm a night owl anyway. They say smarter people stay up late. They say the smartest people stay up late, tend to be a little messy, and swear. And though I don't, swear on these episodes, I tend to watch my potty mouth on the podcast now. That wasn't always the case. There were times in the past where I was much more very punk rock about it. But I try now. I try to keep it a little more family friendly-ish. Like if you have kids and you're listening to this, like while you like driving in your car, taking them to Jiu-Jitsu or school or something, or you're doing chores around the house and you don't have headphones in, you just kind of have this playing in the background. I want to make sure that I'm not saying anything that will be, negatively influential to the youth. I'm a positive. I want to be a positive influence to the youth. It's a big part why I coach kids classes. You know what I mean? But also sometimes adult classes now. All that to be said, leallegacy.com. Be there or be square. And just check out everything we got going on. Visit our store. Pick yourself up something nice. These mugs, hoodies. After these mugs are done, after I got all these mugs in place, I got a bunch of hoodies already available in the store featuring various designs. So scope those out because it's hoodie weather, man. It's hoodie time. Maybe I'll throw some jackets in the mix. I don't know. Things just happen. Things come to me and I do them. Maybe a plan would be more professional, but I'm not. Do I look like the kind of guy that has a plan? Was that a good Heath Ledger? Was that a good Heath Ledger Joker? Everybody's losing their minds. Do I look like the kind of guy that has a plan? I'm not the kind of guy that has a plan, necessarily. I should, and I try sometimes, but anyway. Yep, YouTubes. We got 3 channels. We got Leal Legacy Creative is like the mothership channel. And then we have our family vlog channel at Legacy of Leal. And then our POV channel, which is kind of like our family vlog channel, but it's like, you know, so if we have a vlog of a Disney trip, I'll include like our full day at Disney in those vlogs. But I only have like snippets like of the rides we go on and stuff. Now, if you want the full ride experience, that's when you go over to our POV channel and you can experience there. I experimented today actually, and I posted, because when we went to the pumpkin patch we go to every year, they have like a hay ride and like a pumpkin train and stuff like that. So I took a shot at adding the hayride. Well, the hayride's going to be posted tomorrow, I think, but the pumpkin train, that ride, that POV experience, I consolidated and added to our POV channel. I don't know, just a bunch of stuff going on. There's something for everyone. All the cartoon commentaries, like over 400 cartoon commentaries, those are available on the website in our The Leal Legacy section. And then we have a whole slew of podcast episodes back from even going back to when I was still calling the podcast Ragnarok, way back when. So there's archived episodes of that, but they're all evergreen episodes. You know what I mean? Any of the Ragnarok episodes available on the site are, deep dives into like lesser known Disney characters or Disney rides or Disney movies, or I don't know, just stuff. If you enjoy hearing me run my mouth, there is an endless supply of just that over at leallegacy.com. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm going to wrap up what I'm doing, and I'm eventually going to go to bed. So as always, I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, thanks for being a friend and telling a friend. Catch you later.